Well, with COSTEP, it was very useful, but as you well know, COSTEP's been involved with the Prosperity Task Force and with the RioPlex team for quite some time now. So we embrace it, even though we serve 7 counties, and this is only 4 counties and the corresponding municipios. We embrace it because it makes our life easier for certain parts of our region to regionalize as well, so that we can have an overall holistic region. Yeah, COSTEP went through this process back in 2019, 2020. So we have a regional footprint, a regional model for economic development. It includes everybody. It includes schools, workforce boards. It even includes the partnership, and other organizations, not-for-profit organizations that are out there. So, I mean, one of the things that we need to do right now is really set up a written strategy for the regional effort for RioPlex to promote RioPlex. Okay, so back when COSTEP went into the regional economic development field, we had a study done by some consultants that explored Borderplex, they explored the Houston partnership, as well as other organizations that do regional economic development. So what we came up with is the regional assets that are in the region, and came up with 6 initiatives. And I said 7, but because I added a 7th, okay? And the 6 initiatives are: we need to do more foreign direct investment attraction. We need to attract businesses. We need to attract industry. So that is one initiative. Second initiative is we need to exploit the binational dynamic that we have here in the region. Working with Mexico is key. That is one of our biggest assets that we have for our region. The third is promoting the region as a region, which now we're trying to promote the RioPlex brand, and that would be the promotion. The fourth is workforce development. We need to promote our workforce. Okay, COSTEP also administers the Rio South Texas Education and Community Development Foundation, which is focused on granting and endowing schools and other organizations to promote the workforce on-demand occupations that we have here, and then also the occupations that are out there. So, I mean, there is what I'd like to do is share with you that report so that you can provide. The 7th one that I added was, and I'll cut to the chase, is advocacy. COSTEP cannot do advocacy. COSTEP cannot do lobbying. Okay. So I think there's a play for other partnerships, like the partnership that can do advocacy, because we need to have a presence in Austin, we need to have a presence in DC to advocate for water, for energy, and for other infrastructure that we need here to help attract the bigger organizations. Currently, a lot of the big companies that are trying to relocate are looking for a lot of water, they're looking for a lot of energy, and that's something that we do not have in the region. Yeah, I think the region itself, or anybody outside, we created our website to be outward facing. We wanted to provide data to site selectors and companies that are looking at our region or looking to expand somewhere. So we have a service where we provide all the properties that are available, usually most of them that are listed with MLS, commercial properties only that are listed there. So you can look for properties and you can define what part of the region you want to look, or you want to look as a full region. We also have data for the whole region. So you can look at the region, as a wholesome region, or you can look at it by county, or you can look at it by municipality. All the data sets are infinite. I mean, not only do you have demographics, but you have businesses that are in that region, industries that are in that region. You can create all kinds of reports. This is all Esri data, and you can provide reports in a PDF format that can be used for presentation, or in Excel format to create graphs, and that is all being provided free through our website. We also have regional videos that we've done, tours, virtual tours that we've done of certain cities. We haven't done them all. We have about one that is a regional video that covers 7 counties and the Mexico side as well. And then we have 6 that we've done with Laredo, Nuevo Laredo, Reynosa, and McAllen, and then Brownsville and Matamoros that are on our website. All those resources are free. So we have a plethora of data that can be used by any entity if they want to just deal with their community to provide an RFI to a company that's coming in, or they want to use that data. It's all available to them free at this point.
And those,
I was invited to that mission trip. Okay, As you well know, we're a not-for-profit. We have budgets that we have to go under. So we created a budget for one mission trip this year, international mission trip. And that was done by design because we're members of the Texas Economic Development Corporation. The governor's office does not set up these trips. Texas CDC sets up these trips. And so they invite their investors such as COSTEP. And historically, they've done one international trip a year, so we budgeted for one. Now, since Aaron Demerson came in, they did 2 trips, which is great. So rest assured that I am going to submit my budget next year for 2 international trips, so that we can go. We're an organization that lives. We pay our own way, but also have some sponsors that help us pay our way for our program of work. So we need to be good stewards of our money and how we spend it. I think it was a great opportunity. Unfortunately, I had not budgeted for it. And, we're not an organization that goes out and asks for money every time there's a trip or a function that comes up. So that's the reason that we did not go. The reason others did not get invited was probably because they're not part of that organization. And like I said, I think there were some comments about maybe some mayors saying that they hadn't been personally invited by the governor. Well, the governor doesn't invite anybody. It's through the Texas Economic Development Corporation that those functions are put on. It was very productive. As a matter of fact, I'm negotiating a current contract to attain more leads for the region, and what that will help me do is really COSTEP's program of work, which is bringing site selectors and bringing interested companies into the region, have them step on RioPlex ground now and the Laredo Metroplex ground as well, since we cover all the way to Laredo, and show them the assets and get them interested in relocating to this area. So I have high hopes that within the next year, in 2 years, we'll be landing more Indian companies and Turkish companies as well, because we're working very close to Turkey. Remember, COSTEP tries to work the white spaces and the spaces where others are not working on as well. We know that Asia has been covered in the past by McAllen EDC and various other business leaders and EDCs from the region as well. I'm just like any other not-for-profit. We're always looking for funding, and keep in mind that our funding is to bring people here, but we need to go out, meet them first, and then bring them into our region.
Anything else you want to say, Adam?
No, I appreciate. I'm excited about the RioPlex brand at this point. We hope the 4 counties and the municipios on the Mexico side embrace them. I know that CODEM and COBIFED embrace this type of branding, and now we just need to make sure that we're all, singing in unison and promoting the region that we have here.
Thank you for.